Hi, I'm Linda from We Sew Love, and this video we're going to talk a little bit about the cute little ruffles treatment that we've been doing on the dresses, and people have asked, how do you do that? Okay, so let's talk about that. First thing, I'm going to make this one out of white because of the dress I'm putting it on, and so you're going to just find a white shirt that, trust me, if you get in this business, you're going to have a lot of white shirts, so it's not going to be hard to find one. But it just needs to be big enough, and the size circle really just controls how much ruffle per piece. So Joanna happened to have this awesome cutting system that included this little round ironing mat, I think. So hey, it's a circle. We took it, we drew our circle around it, removed it, and then we had I've already done a couple steps, but we ended up with this great big, I'm going to remove this. We ended up with this big circle, and this was in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to put it back so you can see what it was like before I got to this stage. So I had this big circle. You're going to remove the middle because this is going to be where you attach the ruffle to the dress. So the smaller you make this, the longer your ruffle is, which is good to know. Sometimes you want a really long ruffle. In this case, we have a little tiny dress, so I don't want a long ruffle. So we went around my sewing room looking at everything that was a circle, and we found my rag bucket, and the opening gave me ideally I would have even had this a little smaller, but some will disappear in my seam allowance. So we had to figure out the center of this bucket has to be in the center of this circle. The best way I could figure was to fold this whole entire thing in half, and then I picked a number on the number line that I can do the math easily with, and 10 is a good number, or 0, one or the other. I can work with zeros quick. So I laid it on here, then I found midpoint from left to right, or top to bottom, whichever way you're looking at it. And the handles I knew would be mounted evenly on the bucket, so I lined them up. In my case, 9 was the center, so I lined the handles up on the 9-inch line. And then I used a hem gauge just to make sure that I stayed the same distance all the way around. Once I did that, I drew a line and we cut it. So now my ruffle's going to be the same size all the way around. This distance is the same. Okay, well, how am I going to get that on the dress? I'm going to see if by any chance. No, so I'm not lucky enough. That's one. It isn't going to make it all the way around. So what we're going to do is we are going to cut an opening. And when we cut that opening, what I do is going to look somewhat familiar. Remember on the petals of another dress I did this little curving technique. So I'm doing that because I want to be able to join a new one on when I get to the end of this one. And so I'm going to stitch all the way around, all the way around, all the way around. And when I get here, I simply lay this on top of it and continue sewing. And when I get close to where this beginning is, I'm going to, guess what? I'm going to cut a curve and lay it on top of that. And so there will be 2 little joins like this somewhere on the dress. I'm going to, I think, aim for that to be near the side, so it's not obvious from the front or back, only from that particular side. Stay tuned for more.